This is a big mistake that people make. So a lot of people, they'll be like, I did the action step that you said and I didn't react and da-da-da-da. But underneath, they were reacting, and underneath, they weren't calm, and underneath, they weren't cool, and underneath, they weren't satisfied, and they weren't obliviously happy underneath it. It was all fake. If you do that, you're not going to get the energetic manifestation that you want.
That was easy.
Hey guys, I'm Jasmine with Manifest Fast with Jasmine, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys how to make him fall hard for you. So there is a way to do this. You're going to use law of attraction and manifesting techniques, and I'm going to tell you not just how to try to make it real, but how to really make it real. It's not that big of a deal, you guys, so make sure that you watch all the way till the end so that you fully understand all the concepts. And I'm going to go over affirmations, and I'm also going to tell you guys the biggest mistakes that you don't want to make when you're trying to manifest a specific person into your life or make them come back to you. So no matter if you want your ex or just some guy, girl, whatever, it doesn't matter who it is, you're going to make them fall hard for you. Alright, so before I get into the video, I'm just going to ask you guys real quickly to please like and subscribe, especially if you've been watching my videos and you appreciate them and they help you. Make sure that you click the subscribe button, but also click the bell button and click all to receive all notifications, because on my channel, I do premieres, which means that you get sneak peeks at the videos that I'm coming out with before they ever go live. And what's cool about it is when you select all to receive all notifications, you'll be notified when my videos are going live, and you'll be able to join the chat and chat with me. Also, I have a brand new group hosted by Mighty Networks, and no, I'm not sponsored, but I'm super happy about all the really amazing features that are in this group. I'm able to offer you guys a lot more value, a lot more communication, a lot more content, a lot more interaction.
We interrupt this program to bring you a very important announcement.
My new group is finally online, so get connected with the people, content, and conversations that are most important to you. Join the live Q&A every single week via Zoom and gain exclusive access to courses that are only going to be available through the group. As an influencer, I get messages and questions from you guys every single day, but this group actually allows me to respond to you guys. It allows you guys to ask your questions, get answers to your questions, and it also provides a really awesome community for support. Now, I don't know about other manifesting communities, but I do know that depending on who you follow, a group can be super hostile. That is not the case with my group. My group is supportive of each other, and it's a really tight-knit community, and I make sure of that. So if you want to be a part of a group and you want to make sure that you're going to get that support and community, this is the group for you. You can join for as low as $4.99 just to check it out. So that's very low risk, and I know that you're going to like it. So you can check out that link below. Now back to our scheduled program. So when it comes to making him fall hard for you, here's the first thing that we need to tackle is you're watching this video because some part of you thinks that this is hard. You think it's hard. Otherwise, you wouldn't be trying to look for an instruction manual via YouTube. So some part of you isn't really believing this. Some part of you is having difficulty believing that this is easy and automatic and natural. That's the first thing that we need to tackle here. Let me tell you something. The more that I study and research about scientific stuff, the more that I find that everything supports law of attraction and manifestation. It is real. And that's the part that needs to be real for you. But what makes it hard for people is when you think that it's hard. What makes it hard for people is when you're trying to believe but you don't actually believe. So you need to actually believe in the probability of what you want. And I'm going to tell you right now how to help yourself believe. Because here's the thing. If you're watching this video, you probably have already tried to believe in the thing that you want. Trying to believe in the thing that you want does not work. And don't get frustrated, because I know the next thing you're going to be like, well, if I'm try to believe it and that doesn't work, then how am I supposed to believe it? So that's what I'm going to get into right now. But I just want to explain this a little bit so that you understand why trying to believe something doesn't work. Trying to do anything doesn't work. So when you're trying to believe something, you've got that pushing against. You're resisting what you already believe, which is not what you want, right? So you're trying to change that, but there's this resistance that happens. There's this pushing against what is that happens. There's this inner turmoil and fight with yourself that happens. So that's what we want to avoid at all costs, because everything grows. By law of attraction, momentum, everything grows. So if we have this resistance fighting thing happening, that's what's going to grow. So we don't want that. We don't want to resist or push against or try with anything. So here's what you're going to do to increase your believability factor. Okay, so you want your believability factor to be there and to be strong and to be solid. So here's how you're going to increase your believability factor on this subject. Here's the trick. So you don't want to fight or push against or resist or try to change anything. What you're going to do is you're going to go general, which means in general, watch till the end because I'm going to give you guys some affirmations about this. So in general, you're going to want to just try to relax about it. Completely stop worrying, completely stop wondering, completely stop wondering how it's going to happen, wondering do they like you, what are they thinking, what are they going to do, what are they not going to do, are they going to love you forever, are they ever going to come back to you, are they going to think about you, all these things. You need to completely, basically stop thinking about the situation, because if you're watching this video, the likelihood is that your believability factor is already very low. You're not able to make yourself believe it. And every time, this means probably every time that you're thinking about the subject, it's probably not good, right? It's probably not a train of thought that we want to get bigger. It's probably not a seed that we want to grow. So you're going to stop all trains of thought on that subject. Now, here is a misinterpretation and a falsehood and a misunderstanding that a lot of people have when they're learning manifestation in the manifestation community about manifesting a specific person or a specific thing into your life. So one of the things that you don't want to be under the impression of, or one of the things that you don't want to be fooled by, is you don't want to think that you have to think specifically about the thing that you want in order to get it. Because you do not. In fact, may I have your attention, please? Thinking about the specific thing that you want when your thoughts are not pure on the subject is exactly what keeps it away and pushes it away and makes it impossible for you. So, when your thoughts are not completely pure on the subject of your desire, you want to drop it, because if that seed is impure, it's going to make more impurities, and then that shit is going to get bigger and it's going to get ugly and it's going to be something that you don't want. So you only want to grow things that are going to help you and that are going to be what you do want, even if it's in a general sense. Now I'll tell you why. If you're in alignment in a general sense and you want to manifest something specific, the specific thing will still manifest even though you weren't thinking about it in that moment. The reason is because your desires are your desires, and your desires are set. They do not change based on whether or not you're thinking about them in the moment. Think about how many specific things that you manifest in your day on a day-to-day basis, moment-to-moment basis, that you never even thought about. So you're constantly manifesting specific things. What is that based upon? It's based upon more general states of being. The only way that you can affect a specific thing is with your specific beliefs about it. So if you have bad beliefs about a specific thing, you'll mess it up that way. So probably most of you watching this video have negative beliefs about your specific thing. So everyone watching this video needs to try to let it go and relax in a general sense as much as possible. So what does that look like? That looks like dropping the notion of circumstances. That looks like telling yourself, I don't have to think about this right now. That looks like, I know I'll figure it out. I know that there's a way. Even if I don't know what that way is, I know that there's a way. I know that it'll come to me. I know that this thing will figure itself out. I know that I'll be happy in the end. I know that I'll get what I want. I know that life will show it to me. I know that this will happen. I know eventually, yada, yada, yada. You want to put that positivity into this long game, big picture of your future. So those are some of the affirmations that you can use to get yourself to stop thinking in a negative, specific way and to get yourself back on track with relaxing in a general sense. So here's the thing, like attracts more like, right? So we want to plant the right seed so that it will grow into and become more of what we really want. All right, so when you want to make someone fall really hard for you, this happens when you're totally relaxed. So think about yourself doing this. You want to think about yourself doing this. That's like a rehearsal that is going to kind of turn you into this person. The more that you mentally rehearse it for yourself and see yourself and feel yourself and experience yourself doing this, do not underestimate this, because this is not only law of attraction, but this is completely proven scientifically as well, that whatever it is that you mentally rehearse, that's what you become. So think about when you're talking to this person, think about when you're interacting with this person, how do you want to feel? Always be cool, always be calm, always be receptive. In your receptive, relaxed mode versus a mode where you're anticipating being threatened, you're anticipating being attacked, you're anticipating being rejected. If you're always cool, you're always calm, you're always happy, you want to be in the state where it's like you're always in your resting mode and you're happily oblivious versus being thirsty, versus trying, versus wishing, versus wanting, versus trying to impress this person, versus wanting to get something from this person, versus trying to be whatever it is that you need to be to get what you want to get from this person, or to hoping that they're going to like you or that you're going to get this interaction. Do you see the total difference between those two energies? So you want to err on the side of happily oblivious, always calm, always cool, and always, like, as far as your expectation, you never want to be erring on the side of expecting being rejected or being worried about that at all. So what do you need to do in order to prepare to be this always calm, always cool, always positively expecting person? Now, this has nothing to do with their actions towards you. A lot of people, and this is a big mistake that people make, a lot of people will move forward with an interaction with all these things in mind, and then they'll be like, oh no, like they didn't respond to me in the way that I wanted. It doesn't matter how they respond, it matters how you respond. Your response is the only response that matters, because your response can change and determine the entire energy of the entire interaction in that very moment. So I want for you to imagine and rehearse yourself being this always calm, always cool person who is obliviously happy and never interprets anything in a threatening way, never anticipates anything threatening or disturbing or anxiety inducing. Energetically speaking, this is going to keep you satisfied, fulfilled, content, and positive in your positive expectations. And so as we know, when you plant those seeds and you be that, and that's where you're coming from, that's what you're going to get. So it doesn't really matter what the other person does if you are putting the seed of calm, positive expectation and not seeing anything as threatening or rejection into that, then that's what you're going to get. That's the reality that you're going to get. So I don't care if you're out with a person and you get the vibe that they're like, oh, I gotta go home because I gotta, help my grandma with something, and you know that they're lying, or you feel like you're rejected or whatever. I want you to see it totally differently. I want you to be like, oh, really? Okay, that's so cute. That's so nice. Okay, well, I hope everything's okay. Yeah, have a good night. When that other person sees you were happily oblivious about the whole thing, you were totally content with yourself, you were totally whole and peace and at one with yourself, they're going to be like, man, they got their own thing going on. She's got her own thing going on. She's hot. She's sexy. And apparently she's level-headed. She didn't get mad. Like, she didn't even get suspicious. Nothing. Like, she just was totally cool. I thought any other chick would have been so upset about that or insecure. No, not this chick. She was totally, she's doing her own thing. She doesn't even know that I am gone. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that you need to pretend to be uninterested. What I am saying is that you want to be so secure and you want to be so well rehearsed and well practiced and living from your end that the first reaction that comes up is not insecurity and resentment. If you have any form of resentment, that's going to show up as like you trying to push them away or pretend that it's not a big deal when it really is a big deal to you. So you don't want to be insecure and emanate that and attract that. You want to be attractive in the right way, in a positive way, in a law of attraction sense, in the way that you mean it to be. And when you have practiced that, you're genuinely not going to be concerned or offended. And that's what we're after. Well, that's what I'm saying when I say that it doesn't even matter what they do. It only matters what you do. So this is psychologically very, very powerful. But I mean, we're also talking about the same thing. We're talking about law of attraction and the seeds that you're planting with your manifestations and how they play out in reality. So here's the mistake that people make with it is, like I said, it's like you're not doing it really, like you're doing the actions, but the energy behind the action is not there. So a lot of people, they'll be like, I did the action step that you said and I didn't react and da-da-da-da. But underneath, they were reacting, and underneath, they weren't calm, and underneath, they weren't cool, and underneath, they weren't satisfied, and they weren't obliviously happy underneath it. It was all fake. If you do that, you're not going to get the energetic manifestation that you want. I'm not saying that sometimes it can't work, but that's the thing, is it's going to be really iffy and it's not going to be sure for you. It's not going to surely make them fall for you because your vibration is not steady. It's like it's all over the place and it's up and down and it's this and that, and 1 minute you're there, 1 minute you're not. So you don't really know what you're going to get with that. What I'm saying is make sure that you put into practice these affirmations. Oh, I don't have to worry about this right now. I know it'll work out. Like, you also want to see, as far as your concept of yourself, you want to see yourself being a person who is, of course, I'm highly sought after. Of course, everybody totally wants me. Everybody flocks to me. Everybody gets along with me. Everybody's always after me. I have my pick. I'm cream of the crop. Like, everybody's always interested in me. Maybe you don't believe it right now, but practice it. And that will start to be a part of your reality. And this is how we make transitions, is we practice things not because we're trying to make ourselves believe it, but because we just know that by playing those words or by writing them down and at a time where it's easy to hear, like right before we go to sleep or in the morning when we're still groggy, in a time when we're not thinking too hard about it, when you practice these things on a daily basis, it starts to feel matter of fact, and it starts to feel very logical, and it starts to feel like something that is simply a part of your world, and you totally forget the other mindsets that you had before that. So if you want to make someone fall hard for you, imagine yourself being this person that I just described, where you're always calm, you're always cool, you're never feeling threatened, you're never anticipating rejection, you're always obliviously happy and interpreting things in a very lighthearted, calm, positive way because you're happy, fulfilled, and satisfied and content in your life, and you know that everything is cool and that you're getting everything that you want. Make yourself into that person. And it's not something you have to think hard about. It's something that you just want to practice at times when it's easy for you to practice. Priming yourself into being that person is not going to be that hard to do, and this will make someone fall very hard for you if you are consistent in this way. By law of attraction, if this is what you're doing energetically, that's the seed that you're planting. It's going to grow, and that's the law. If you're still watching the video, make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button, click all to receive all notifications. Don't forget to join my new group and bring your questions to the live Q&A on Sunday. You want to get in there soon because we're going to start with the courses via Zoom very soon. Here's a playlist I recommend for learning more about how to manifest your specific person. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
That's easy.